Hi, I'm Charlie Parker. This is Charlie Parker's Pottery, and I'm making a planter today for your viewing pleasure. I have already prepared a cone for you guys. This is 25 pounds of clay. So this is the coning process. Coning is a way to homogenize the clay, get all the molecules aligned. Now I'm going to go down, so I just push away and take the clay a little further down. I don't have to do too much of this because I'm going to go back up anyhow. So I'm just getting it nice and prepped here. I'm going to be making a series of planters. I made a couple of them yesterday that we'll show you at the end of the video. And I want to take advantage of people doing a lot of work with plants and trees. So I'm going to make some planters. I'm going to put a whole new section of Charlie Parker Pottery just for that. We have in the past done some horsehair with planters. I'm about to do that again this week. And when you guys are ready, you can come and maybe buy some planters. I make planters for a lot of people from the Bonsai Society. My apprentice Caleb makes planters for the Wild Roots store not far from us. So we're very popular with planters. They're a lot of fun to make. And this one is going to be a 25-pound, just regular old planter, maybe for a small little ficus. I just like saying ficus. And so I'm getting this to go up a little bit. I opened it. I'm about to make my poles. I'm getting a nice wide base here. I stopped about an inch away from the wheel head, and I'm going to put a hole in it for drainage, and then I'll throw a disc to go under that. So I'm ready to make my poles now. This is called pulling up a wall. I get a hand on the inside, one on the outside, and I'm pulling up. So we're still in the midst of the coronavirus, so we're limited to some of the hours that we have here. And instead of doing our once a month art walk, we're doing more of a virtual. So this is, I think, the third one that we've done. Last month was a good one. It was horsehair. We had a lot of fun with that. And now we're going to do planters. The next one's going to be even more amazing because I'm going to show you all how to do some spin art. That's a lot of fun. So this is going to be a fairly good sized planter, and it's almost getting there. Again, this is 25 pounds, one full package of clay. I get my clay from my friends at Continental Clay in Minnesota. That's where I'm from. You gotta say it like that, though, Minnesota, because everybody expects you to do that. So this is a few more little poles. You can see I'm keeping the shape fairly in. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit more to get a little more height. So I'm going to take this guy and get it to shrink up a little on get that top a little going in, and a couple more of these. So we're doing pretty good. Everybody seems to be able to get a little time to come over and see us work a little bit. So we're doing pretty good lately with having people visit, and we're setting up a little bit more of our website so that we can get some online sales. So everything's going pretty good with everything. We're limited to throwing just a few classes. We don't do usually more than one or two a day, and we limit those to very small groups of people that know each other, just to be compliant with all of this. So anyhow, this is looking pretty good. I think we're gonna call this a planter. You can see it's very similar to my bowls that I make anyhow. Sometimes they're a little different in the shape department, but I like this one, so we're gonna close it up just a little bit to get that top so that it has a little more confinement. Planters shouldn't go in too much, but it just gives you a slight little difference. And then one more little hole here. Then I'm going to texture this a little bit. I usually wait until this gets a little more on the leather hard stage where it dries out a little bit more. But to help me do this a little bit, I'm going to take and dry it out just a little bit so it's not as sloppy. You can see I don't use too much water, so it's still fairly dry. And then I'm going to take this lovely little torch and give it just a little hint of this. This is just for drama. Normally, if I had a little more time, I would dry it out a little bit more, but just to give you an idea of how that works. Then lately, this is one of my favorite tools, so I'll take it and I'm going to isolate an area with a rib just so you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to get this just a little more in the smooth area, just to dry it out a little bit more, giving it just that little softness. And then I have a lot of fun doing this, so I'm going to take this little serrated tool and do a little bit of a carving on it. So I slide back and forth. Some people like to call this the starry, starry night look. So I can do whatever it feels like can happen. Slide it out like a jagged. Do a couple of little roundies. And basically what you want to eliminate is the idea of trimming all the way through it, of course. And so when it's a little leather hard, it's a little bit more forgiving than this. I'm trying to let the camera give an idea of what this looks like. So coming around. All right, so that's about the size of that one. Give it a little edge down here maybe, just to get that little lift going, just to give you an idea of how this is going to look at the end. We could have time-lapsed this whole thing, but I wanted to, of course, give you just an idea of explaining a little bit of what I'm doing. So that gives you that little edge. It looks kind of like a planter. There's the edge that I'm doing. I'm going to continue on without you. And I'm going to show you a couple of the little items that I made yesterday. There's one right here. I'm continuing to do a little carving, but I'm going to put the thing away now. And I wanted to kind of pan over and show you some of the things I did. I did these yesterday, just having fun with that tool I was showing you. Kayla, my apprentice, has a piece that she finished off earlier. Thanks for coming. Have a nice life. See you soon. I'm impressed that you haven't broken it.